Maria, before his execution in 1989, Ted Bundy confessed to authorities to killing 30 women in 7 states. But as you're about to hear, his attorney, John Henry Brown, tells us that's not the whole story.
Ted told me things that he's never told anybody before, and they will be in my memoir when it comes out. But
like?
Ted, well, like he told me he killed more than 100 people, and not only women, which that's new. That's never been known. You're the first person I've ever told that to. But it's in my book.
Men were his victims?
One. His first.
Were you ever scared of him?
Yes.
Did you know there was a ghost story associated with Ted Bundy?
One of the final murders that you committed, of course, was apparently little Kimberly Leach, 12 years of age. I think the public outcry is greater there because an innocent child was taken from a playground. What did you feel after that? Were there the normal emotions 3 days later? Where were you, Ted?
I can't really talk about that right now. That's
too painful.
I would like to be able to convey to you what that experience is like, but I can't. I won't be able to talk about that.
Okay.
Then there's this. Ted Bundy, one of the most savage, awful serial killers in America's history. In April of 2001, a guard retired from the Florida State Prison at Relford, Florida. It was with the condition that no one reveal his name. He told his story to a Tampa newspaper reporter, and it was strange and it was spooky. It's all about the ghost of Ted Bundy sitting in the electric chair. Not as he waited to be executed, but after. He stated that shortly after Ted Bundy was put to death in the Florida electric chair, that guards, including himself, would go into the room where the electric chair was located, and there'd Ted be sitting in the chair. He would not be strapped in or anything like that. He'd just be sitting there smiling at whoever came in the room like he knew a secret. When you'd approach the chair or speak, he'd simply vanish. At one point, the former guard said it got so bad that you couldn't get a guard to go into the room. Other guards began to report that they'd see Ted in the area of his former cell where, he spent the last hours of his life. Some claimed he spoke to them, and all reported he said the same thing, which was, "Well, I beat all of you, didn't I?" The former guard said the warden and the warden's staff went guard to guard and told them that any guard who reported what was going on at that prison would find himself out of a job, fired. Several didn't have to be warned. They quit after seeing Ted a time or two. And the former guard said Ted was not the only ghost at Stark haunting the prison.
I'm Clay Lewis from Ground Zero Radio. We're here at Evergreen State College. We're invited as special guests for a tour here. And as we were touring at this college, we found out something very interesting about the history of this college. Ted Bundy, known killer and predator, attended this college or posed as a student here at this college. And actually, he murdered 19-year-old Donna Gail Manson. And it's really tragic. He left her body at Taylor's Pass, and they never found her body. But we figured that since we have investigated other serial killers, we've given you Zodiac investigations, we've given you investigation on John Wayne Gacy, that we would come here with Northwest Ghost Recon and do a ghost hunt, or at least do some ghost tests to see if maybe Ted Bundy is still haunting this college.
I'm Roger Cluton of Northwest Ghost Recon, Paranormal Investigator Group. We do a lot of investigations for the Ground Zero show with Clyde Lewis at KXL, FM 101 in Portland. We're out here going to investigate residual haunting of Ted Bundy. And we're going to be trying to contact or get any contact or Class A EVP of him or anybody else for that matter who would be in the area on a ghost box and or recording device.
We're standing here at the CAB building. It's at Evergreen State College. It was in this area, just to the left of me here, where Ted Bundy pretended to have a broken leg. He was wearing a cast, looking for pity, someone who may help him into the college so that he could do his dirty work. He found someone, and that, of course, turned out to be the woman he abducted. And what he did is he took her through here, and then he went out the door to the former communications building where they were holding a concert. And that is why now we're here, because we're going to try to do some investigations, maybe some EVP exploration, pictures, a number of things, to see if any residual hauntings taking place here at the CAB building. We were just standing over towards the Red Square area, and as we walked away, a sign had just been knocked over. And we're trying to figure out if it was the wind that did it or something else, but at the moment there was no wind when we were there, so the sign just toppled over as we walked away. We're now hooking up the ghost box in order to ask questions of what's happening here, so we're going to ask in just a moment. 5 a.m. Go to medical. Go to medical. Go to medical.
Go to medical?
Said go to medical. Is there a medical building?
There's a health center.
It said go to medical.
Go to medical, it said. Okay, let's ask some questions of the box. You ready? Is there anyone here who wants to speak to us? What do you want to say to us? Me? Did you hear that? Who is here? Who is the person that's standing in this square that's haunting this place? Quit.
Okay, quit.
That sounds like Ted to me.
Sound like Ted?
It sounds like that to me. The word Ted.
We're looking for Ted. Ted, are you there? Ted?
It sounds like it's me.
It's me?
I swear to God.
Ooh, shoot. We're here in the CAB building. We're right outside where you tried to lure that girl to the communications building, the former communications building. Are you with us right now? Are you around us right now? Talk to me. Hello? Danger. Danger. It said danger. Where's the danger? Said danger. I don't know if you caught the danger part. Did you hear danger?
We should take it out back.
We should take it out back to the communications building.
I have it all set.
Did you hear danger? You heard danger, didn't you? I heard danger. That's creepy. I heard danger. You brought us out here. Why? Why did you bring us out here? Are you a victim? Is there something you want to tell us? Kill. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
Kill. Who did you kill? Who did you kill? Did you kill someone here? At this college? Isn't that odd that just the kill came through? And nothing else is coming through yet. He's stubborn. He doesn't want to speak, but I heard the word kill. Ted, are you here? Here. Did you just hear that? He said here. Jesus. He just said here. Ted, you said you were here. What are you doing here? Speak to us. What are you doing here? You're on film. Does that make you're on camera? Does that make any difference when you talk then? If we say you're on camera, you are egotistical, aren't you? Say something.
He won't. He's a pussy.
Help. I said help. What is wrong with you?
Yeah. Nobody wants to talk to you.
Nobody wants to talk to you anyway. We're gonna go to the other area. We're gonna go to the other area. Amazing. You got kill. You got kill. What was the other one?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Yep.
And help.
And help.
You hear that?
What?
I hear you.
He said, I hear you?
He just said, I hear you. All
You
right.
did-
3 words. You didn't hear that?
I thought I heard him say something.
He said, I hear you. Was that camera running?
Yes.
He just said, I hear you.
Then speak to us. We're going to walk away. Say something. Come on.
Yeah, nothing.
He's just being stubborn.
As everybody turned to walk away, he goes, I hear you. I just go, what?
He wants to walk away again so you can talk so you can make fools out of us?
Yeah, turn around.
So he says.
Yeah, he does.
All right. Walking away. Walking away. We're going to move to the communications building, the former communications building, and there we're going to try and see if he'll speak to us there. But we did acknowledge that someone had said the word kill, and therefore maybe he's trying to tell us that someone was killed here, which there was, but the body was taken elsewhere. Did I just hear my name?
Yeah.
Called out my name. I just heard it on the box. It's amazing. Out. Get out. We just heard get out too. He's talking now, isn't he? He doesn't want to talk on camera.
Ted.
I just heard Ted too.
Ted, it was a girl's voice, so.
Why do you call me from far away? I heard you clear over there. Why don't you talk when I'm close? Talk when I'm close. We've identified you. There's a female and a male talking to us both. One says he's hi. Yes.
Go find her.
Go find her. It just said go find her. Go find who? What do you want me to do?
Go find her.
Go find her, but who?
Where?
Where?
The college.
The college. Did you hear that? It
College.
said the college.
I said, what's up?
I killed who? Go find her at the college.
I killed who?
Who did you kill? Talk to me now, or I'll walk away again.
Help me. That was Ozzy.
I heard Ozzy. So we heard some more words. College, at the college, go find her at the college. We heard that. We're at the college, so we're going to go find the area where Ted Bundy abducted Donna, and let's see if we can get any more. Seems like every time I walked away, the box wanted to speak to me, kept yelling out Clyde, and I walked back, and then it would go into some more static and some more craziness. So I don't know, whatever is here haunting us, whether it be Ted or something else, seems to want to play tricks on us. So we're going to move over to the communications center, the former communications center, and see if we can find anything there. We're here at the communications building. This is where he abducted her. And we have the voice box, ghost box going on right over there. Hopefully it'll talk to us. We're here at the communications building. What can you tell us? Who's speaking to me?
What was that?
I don't have to mark that and we'll play it back.
To me, it sounded like Manson something.
Like Manson?
Close to that, yeah.
Is that you, Miss Manson?
Donna? Donna?
What if?
What if? What if what?
The thing about ghost hunting here is it can be very tedious, and the reason why is because ghosts don't perform on cue. Sometimes when you ask the box a question, immediately you get something said to you, but sometimes you have to find the most active places in an area that's haunted. We went to the communications building, we found nothing, even though Donna was abducted there. However, right here is an area where Roger picked up on some weird vibes and said, let's go over here and check this out. Well, we brought the box over, and we got a lot of messages from the box over here. So what we're going to do is, in our final attempts at trying to communicate with whatever's here, we're going to do some EVP, electronic voice phenomena, and we're going to try to hook the box up again to see if we get any kind of communication that will satisfy us. We have a lot of interesting communication happening beforehand. Words like kill, I can hear you, Ted, all these names that are coming up, but we want to make sure that what we got is something that is spectacular. We want to find the spectacular EVP or message coming from the ether. So we're going to do that now. Say something to us.
Or anybody.
Or anyone. Ted Bundy, are you there? Ted, did you hear that? Said Ted? Said Ted.
It's the time.
One last message. Tell us something before we turn you off. We're going to turn it off. What do you want us to say to you? What are you going to say to us? Huh?
Time to go.
Time to go.
Last chance.
Last chance. We're leaving. So there you have it. We were at the college here at Evergreen State College in Olympia, Washington. We did a few investigations, went around some of the areas where Ted Bundy used to hang out, and also Donna Mae Manson. This is, oh my God. Listen to this. We just tacked this on the wall and started playing Bowie. Anyway, this is a weird night. We've gotten a few things that hope gives you an indication that we were around an active area towards the woods on the overpass. And what do you think of the investigation?
I think that there's a lot more here, but there's so much background noise and so much decibel readings on everything. I can't.
And Bowie music.
Well, Bowie's cool, but all the other stuff is pretty.
So we're going to wrap this up now, but we hope you enjoyed our investigation into the Ted Bundy case here at Evergreen State College. We may come back again sometime and do some more investigating. It was very cold tonight, and the conditions were.
They came down very dim. You could still see, and they were down for about 20 seconds, and then they went back up. And Ted said to me, it's all right, they'll come back on. And I wondered how he knew. Why do you think the lights went out? They were testing the electric chair. And he knew it, because he had seen that happen before.
Ted Bundy seems to have haunted the electric chair that killed him. And this was reprinted, originally this was printed in Psychology Today, and it's by Catherine Ramsland, PhD. And
she wrote a lot of great books.
She wrote a book called Haunted Crime Scenes. And she said that he confessed to killing 30 young women, 7 different states. He tried to prevent his execution the best he could. He didn't want to die. He wanted to stay alive and keep killing. So he gives the interviews to the people that now made up the Confessions of a Killer, the thing we see on Netflix. But in his final hours, he pleads with God, and God's like thumbs down. God's like the emperor in a gladiator movie that's like finish him, kind of thing. And so, 2001, A guard from the Florida State Prison where Bundy spent his final days told a reporter that shortly after Bundy was put to death, several guards saw his ghost casually sitting on the electric chair. The guard described Bundy's expression as a knowing smile, as if he knew something important about the afterlife that they didn't. If a guy tried to approach him, he'd disappear.
Wow, that is weird.
The man telling him the story said there were so many sightings at one point, the warden couldn't find anyone willing to enter the execution chamber alone. Bundy also showed up around his holding cell on death row. To some guards, he'd say, "Well, I beat all of you, didn't I?" However, his spirit apparently travels. People have seen him at the Chi Omega sorority house where he committed the murders that earned him 2 of his death sentences.
So he did kill there.
Yes, it sounds like he did. He's been found on the porch of a building in Tallahassee where he rented a room under a false name. A few mediums claim to have channeled him, and one told the author of that article, Catherine, that Bundy was interested in redeeming himself by assisting her to solve more murders. So, we'll see what happens there. Washington State at the university, like there's, jokes about how they call him Teddy the Friendly Ghost. And he's not your best friend forever. He's your best dead friend forever that accompanies you on late night walks back.
Yeah.
So that's that kind of urban legend kind of thing. Like, Ted Bundy used to walk these streets. And so some people tried to talk to Ted with a Ouija board. And he spelled out messages like, "I cannot touch them, so many to kill. And I cannot touch them, it is my hell." Or he wants to join Jeffrey Dahmer and say that's what the big time killing is. Yeah, so weird Ted Bundy ghost stories. And so when she tried to follow up, so she tries to follow up on the story. She's got a book now called Blood and Ghosts. So going beyond haunted crime scenes, now she's coming up on Blood and Ghosts.
And she's a very entertaining author.
So what happens is, when she tries to follow up on it, she says that the warden says that anyone who spreads stories about Ted Bundy's ghost will be fired.
Oh, wow.
So the chances of them, getting any kind of, corroboration about the story seem to be up in
Interesting.
smoke.
Let's go to this question here from Dallas, Texas. Fantastic question. Being that you're both a pastor and a true crime writer, what a great question from Dallas, Texas. Do you believe that Ted Bundy is just a criminal, sociopath, serial killer in the sort of generic secular sense, we might say? Mm-hmm. Or do you think there's something deeper and darker going on here spiritually in a person like a Ted Bundy, such as demon possession?
Yes, absolutely. Now, it's not anything I talk about in my true crime book, but I think I say in the Bundy murders at one point when I say that he was never a powerless pawn. Yes, I do believe he had demon spirits as a pastor, as a Christian minister. I have seen the activity of darkness. I've seen supernatural things reacting out of people. And so that's very real. And so, yes, I believe that he did have those. And what they would do is they would energize him in the direction he already wanted to go. So they moved in unison. What Bundy wanted and what they wanted was really the same thing. And that's why if you look at some of these killers, not just Bundy, you'll read about killers that during the act of murder, sometimes they'll say, it feels like I receded within myself and somebody else was doing the killing. Now, knowing what I know about spiritual things, that's easy for me to figure out what's going on. But again, most of the world doesn't accept that. They don't understand it. But, there's a spiritual world and there's a physical.
And you'd almost wonder, too, Kevin, as many times as Bundy got away from police, as he was almost caught doing in this occasion, he had these remarkable escapes and so forth.
Right.
You would almost say, like, this is someone that had favor. If these were all good things he was doing, you would say good luck or favor or God was with you. If these were good things, but being that they're such dark things, you wonder if the reverse could be true, that there's some dark forces helping him to get away.
Yes. Well, this is interesting. Like I say, I've been a reader since I was a kid. Adolf Hitler, he was a German soldier in the First World War, Austrian army, I guess he was in. But anyway, he was sitting in a trench one day, and he heard an audible voice say, "Get up and move." And trenches aren't just straight; they go in like a snake-like angle purposely so that if a shell hits in the trench, it will be stopped by the angle of it from killing just everybody up and down the line. So he's sitting there eating with several people, and he hears this audible voice get up and move. He moves, and shortly within like maybe a minute or so, a shell hits where he was sitting and kills those men. So, yes, I do believe, and they tried to kill Hitler a number of times, and they could never pull it off, never. So, yes, I do believe that there is evil and there's a spirit world behind that can help people who are moving in evil. And, yeah, I do think all that's true. But, again, that's when I have my minister hat on. And when I have my true crime hat on.
And I understand when we address certain topics, sometimes those two areas don't mix well as far as, commercial publishing.
You mentioned that his childhood home was possibly haunted.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about that.
The stories that come up with that are much later on when I think it was 2011 or something like that, where the house was being renovated by a contracted crew. And they had witnessed many different things. The contractor, he would bring his daughter to see where they were working at times. And the one time she went there, she freaked out. She was crying and she said she felt uncomfortable, like there was something there. And she left. And there were times where they would come in and all the doors in the morning and the doors and the cupboards would be open. Mm-hmm. There would be one time where there was a message written on the floor in the dust. It just said leave. And no footprints around it or anything. Nothing else but just that word leave. And then I believe in Ted Bundy's, what used to be his room, on the window was the word help me.
Wow.
As a message that they found when they came in.
And then what that makes you think, like, who's writing help me?
Right.
Exactly. Right.
And also, Chris, there's in that, in the supposedly haunted childhood home of Ted's, there was built-in cabinets in the wall that actually somehow were pulled out of the wall, shoved out of the room, and fell face first down in the hallway. I mean, it moved.
And this was witnessed by the contractors, yeah.
So there's something going on there.
And this is obviously after Ted's been executed. So Are we thinking that it's the spirit of Ted returning home?
That's one of the thoughts, yeah.
And the thing is, it's like when you think about what was written, like leave was written in the dust on the ground, but yet help me was written on the window. So that suggests that there's multiple things going on.
Could be. They just,
perhaps multiple spirits,
they contradict each other so much, those messages. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it makes you wonder what's going on. It's like, did it always have some sort of force in it that affected a young Ted, or is Ted literally returning to that house, or both? I mean, it's fascinating to think about, but it's terrifying too.
Chicken and the egg sort of an idea, right? Which one came first?
Right. 100%.
Has there been other occurrences of Ted's ghost appearing, sightings of Ted's ghost, that sort of a thing?
Quite a bit.
Well, that's funny you ask that, Chris. I would say the one that sticks out to me the most is the reports made by several security guards who were working at the Florida State Prison, Rayford Prison, when Ted was executed there. That's where Ted spent his final years, the Rayford State Prison.
And this is right when the sightings begin of Ted.
Yeah. I believe this was first reported as far back as 2001.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But one of the security guards who wanted to remain anonymous, I don't blame him. He says that immediately upon Ted's execution, and again, crazy, bizarre as it sounds, immediately upon Ted's execution, his spirit was seen in his cell block, roaming the hall. Also, this just fits Ted's persona so much. Also sitting in his own electric chair.
Yeah. With a kind of a smile on his face.
With an all-knowing grin, it was described as.
Right.
And outside of his cell block, these security guards also reported that the apparition that they had seen appeared to be like a blue mist form, but they clearly recognized it as Ted, according to them, and it spoke to them. And this Ted apparition said, well, I guess I beat you all here, didn't I?
Huh.
What does that mean?
Right.
Again, is Ted still in the afterlife mocking everybody? I mean, he was an arrogant, manipulative person. No doubt about that. And is he still doing that on the other side, so to speak? I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Like, why would he say that? Why would he say, I beat you all here while smiling? It's like, okay, well, thanks, Ted.
And that kind of fits his overall MO as well, because he was a very arrogant, even after he was arrested, and talking about how he's I'm the baddest man on the planet, whichever way he kind of decided to say that, you know what I mean? Talking about and bragging about just I'm the most, what did he say? The most cold-hearted son of a bitch you'll ever meet.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yes, you got it.
If he's going to be haunting after the grave, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
It does. And like you said, it absolutely fits. It fits his personality on Earth. We talked about this several times. It's like, there's demonic, as far as I do believe in the demonic, but there's demonic and there's also purely malevolent. Like Mike said earlier, maybe they're just pissed off. Maybe they're assholes in real life, so they're going to be assholes in the afterlife.
It carries over.
Yeah, it carries over. And so the same definitely goes here with Ted, just sitting there smirking at everybody, saying, "Hey, beat you here."
So guards actually saw him smirking at him?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
While sitting in the electric chair.
In his own electric chair where he was killed.
Mm-hmm.